I first saw A Course in Miracles on someone's coffee table, and I suppose 1977, something like that. And I read the introduction. And the introduction is a kind of astonishing thing. I have it here. The introduction says, "This is a Course in Miracles. It is a required course. Only the time you take it is voluntary. Free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. It means only that you can elect what you want to take at a given time. The Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. This course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God." I saw that, I read it, and I thought that was the most amazing piece of writing. To pick up a book and have the book tell you it's a required course. I mean, you go, well, who wrote it? What is it? Who is telling me that this book is a required course? I was so intrigued by that.
I read one page, and in that one page of reading it, I heard for the first time in a little inner voice that said, "Physician, heal thyself. This is your way home." And I had the most amazing experience of feeling a sense of oneness with the whole world, that there was absolutely no separation, that there was only love, and a real feeling that I was to be of service to God. My whole life would be changed, and it would be a life of giving and a life of being of service. I really couldn't understand that, but it was a very deep, penetrating feeling. And I became a student of the Course, fought it all the way, couldn't deal with the thickness of the Course, let alone its Christian terminology, and yet there was something about the Course that just compelled me to go on.
The spiritual genesis of the international bestseller, A Course in Miracles, is both extraordinary and inspiring. The self-study three-book course was dictated by an inner voice, and it has profoundly changed the lives of countless people the world over. Spread mainly by word of mouth, its principles have thus far been known only to its students. But now, its transformational teachings of love, forgiveness, inner peace, and wisdom will be explored. Communicating the correct meaning of the Course rests largely with Dr. Kenneth Wapnick, president of the Foundation for A Course in Miracles. In a recent television interview, he gave an enlightening overview of the Course.
It's a form of spiritual psychotherapy that comes to us in a Christian context. As you mentioned at the beginning, its author is Jesus. But it's a Christianity that has practically nothing to do with the traditional teachings of 2,000 years. It certainly has nothing to do with the Jesus of the Bible. Its principal message is forgiveness, and that the way that we remember our identity as God's children and realize that in His eyes we are all one is to forgive each other. It basically is a self-study course in the sense that you don't need anyone outside. The teacher or the guru, as it were, would be Jesus or the Holy Spirit, who guides us day by day. Our lives in this world are seen as a classroom, basically, in which we learn the Holy Spirit's lessons of forgiveness. And again, as I mentioned, it's by undoing all of our feelings of inadequacy, our feelings of guilt, our anxieties, which is what forgiveness brings about, that the love of God, which is present in all of us, is allowed to be remembered.
There is a massive effort going on in this society, and I think throughout the world, to retrieve some lost part of ourselves. And A Course in Miracles is part of that effort.